everyone, my name is Neil. After we learned the definition of the demand, law of demand, theory of consumer behavior, marginal utility analysis, let's proceed to the assumptions of marginal utility analysis, indifference curve analysis, and consumer equilibrium. The main assumptions of marginal utility analysis are under cardinal utility and constant marginal utility of money. Cardinal utility approaches to study the consumer behavior. How do consumer behave? Purchase less at a higher price and more at a lower price. Why do they behave like that? Cardinal utility approach attempts to find the answer to this using the concept of utility. It is the utility wherein the satisfaction derived by the consumers from the consumption of goods or services, which is measurable. Constant marginal utility of money. The marginal utility of money remains constant to the consumer as he spends more and more of it on the purchases of goods. The next one is indifference curve. An indifference curve connects points on the graph representing different quantities of two goods, points between which a consumer is indifferent.
An indifference curve determines the combination of two goods that will provide equal satisfaction. If you own more of one good and less of another, you'd be willing to trade some of one for more of the other. But the amount of the first good that you are willing to give up will decrease once you obtain more of the second. Plotted in a graph's upper right quadrant, an indifference curve shows the curve on which changing amounts of a product create equal satisfaction levels. A consumer is indifferent to any combination of goods along the curve because they result in equal satisfaction levels. Suppose you want to stock up on apples and oranges. What are the amounts of each that will bring you equal satisfaction? Plot 5 pounds of apples on the vertical axis of a graph and 1 pound of oranges on the horizontal axis. Because you have more apples, you'd be willing to trade some of them for more oranges. Indifference curves that lie farther to a graph's right show higher supplies or consumption of a product. They're more likely to increase satisfaction levels. A combination that lies to the left of an indifference curve decreases satisfaction levels. Indifference curves are important for analyzing consumer behavior because consumers combine goods to maximize their satisfaction.
So the indifference curve represents all those combinations of goods and services which provide the same level of satisfaction to all consumers. The last topic is consumer's equilibrium. When a consumer gets maximum satisfaction out of a commodity, this situation is known as consumer equilibrium. There are two tools or indifference, which is the indifference map and budget line. Indifference map exhibits consumer scale of preference for two goods, which was explained earlier, and the budget line is a constraints represent all combination of goods and services that the consumer may purchase within his given income. A consumer achieves equilibrium when, as per his income and prices of goods he consumes, he gets maximum satisfaction. That is, when he reaches highest indifference curve possible with his budget line. In the graph, the consumer is in equilibrium at the point H when he consumes 100 units of food and purchases 5 units of clothing. The budget line is at the A and B to the highest possible indifference curve at point H. that's all. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!